Anybody have family in the Carolinas or Florida or anything with the storm?
Do you?
No, no. It's crazy, crazy. Anyway, okay.
What happened to Alshon at practice? Is there
Yeah,
reason to
he
be
had
concerned?
just a run-in collision during practice. You know, we had pads on that day, and just bumped his arm, and so we just kept him out yesterday just for extra treatment, rehab. He'll be fine.
Doug, from your perspective, what happened with Nigel week 4, and are you comfortable with his explanation?
I trust Nigel. He and I had a great conversation. We, quite frankly, I mean, it's behind us. We had a very, I'll just tell you this, we had a very, without getting into details because I'm not going to, great conversation on Monday. And, he's focused on the Redskins just like I am, and we've put it behind us.
Has there been discipline?
That's an internal issue, so I'm not going to get into that.
No suspension?
It's internal.
Okay. We'll find out.
You'll find out.
Okay.
Is he playing this week?
You'll find out. Yes, he's playing. So that answers your question.
Yes. Okay.
It's a better way to phrase it. Is he playing?
How much confidence do you have in the other linebackers in that room opposite him with being out?
Yeah, I mean, good. Zach Brown, obviously, veteran player. He's a really good football player on the field. Smart guy. Obviously came out of this system in Washington last couple of seasons. So, and then the guys behind him. I mean, Nate Gary's been a guy that's been in the mix, all preseason long, and expect him to get some good time. But real comfortable and confident with the guys we have, and obviously we'll get Camus back here soon, and we'll be at full strength again.
You're 3-0 in season openers. Is there anything you do that you think contributes to that in the week leading up to it, or 2 weeks leading up to it?
Yeah, I think about that, honestly. And I go back and look at my preparation, number one, how I prepare the football team, how we practice that week. There's all kinds of things that lead up to that. And I just think that we just focus on the little things one more time, and just pay attention to our details and what we do, and not worry about necessarily the opponent that's coming in here. And we're just trying to get better, obviously. And so try to keep it real simple that way for the guys, and just let them play and have fun, enjoy the atmosphere.
Is it a different game to prepare for than a typical game because you really don't know what the personnel or the scheme's going to look like?
It is. Even knowing Washington and knowing their head coach, knowing their D coordinator, they do have some different defensive coaches over there that are helping and can obviously bring some new ideas and new thoughts to their scheme, and so from that standpoint it could be a little different. But it does help to have a team that obviously in our division, but a team that we have history with and all of that with the coaches, and but still there is that uncertainty that you kind of have to be prepared for, and that's why in-game adjustments are so important.
The offensive starters not playing together in the preseason, are there things you can do to try to get them in rhythm?
Yeah, there's a few things. I mean, without getting into game plan specific stuff, I know obviously you can rely a little more on the run game, a little bit. Settle your quarterback in maybe with some short to intermediate passes, whatever it might be to kind of settle the guys in. There's going to be a lot of energy early in this football game. Both sides are going to be, a lot of juice, a lot of energy in this football game, and so how we manage that early also can lead to the success we have on the football field from an execution standpoint.
Along those lines, the respective offenses of the Packers and the Bears last night, a lot of people were kind of suggesting that was because of a lack of preseason play. I mean, do you look at that and think that could be a factor, and or is this something that you prepare for yourself?
As a head coach, I was excited for both defenses. I mean, these are two great defenses too now, so it goes both ways, So you could say the offense has struggled, but Green Bay's defense, Chicago's defense are pretty good, and I will say that a lot of times early in the season, defenses are a little ahead from that standpoint as far as a timing and execution, game speed, than offenses, until offenses can kind of gain some traction and momentum as the season unfolds. But, I just think you got to preseason. It might be good from the standpoint that these guys played in a game, but it's not necessarily the same tempo and speed that you're going to see on game day. You're not seeing the same schemes. Teams are game planning a little bit more now because the regular season is here. It's totally different, and it's like going into the postseason. It's a different year. It's a different season. So, it takes a little bit of time, for offenses to gain that traction.
Where do you think your defense stands? I mean, it really hasn't played together. You had a lot of guys rehabbing during. Where do you think they stand coming into this open?
From what I've seen in practice, I mean, these guys are, first of all, they're ready to go. Jim has them well prepared. I see them flying around in practice. I mean, these guys are, their communication level is high, which is what they got to have. Even with the additions of some of the new players with Malik and Andrew Sandejo and guys like that who've, new to the scheme, have really settled into their roles and what we expect of them. And now just getting the guys back, it's kind of a plug and play. And again, it goes back to, just even watching the game last night. Both defenses are just flying off the ball. And that's what we ask our guys to do. Just come off the ball and make plays when called upon. So, yeah, I think our defense is in a good spot right now.
Doug, you talk about defenses often being ahead of offenses. Washington, from their perspective, probably, at least name-wise, has more talent on the defensive side of the ball. 3 first-round picks, I think, up front in a row. Landon Collins brought in. Is that a concern? Because they got some good players.
Yeah, it's a great concern. I mean, these are great players, as you mentioned. I mean, it's a great task. I think we spoke of this maybe on Wednesday about, this defense and the type of guys they have. And we know Landon being in New York and obviously the guys, Josh Norman and, Kerrigan, guys like that just are solid ball players. They're really good ball players. They're all pro ball players. And it takes a level of concentration, focus, determination to play guys. You want to play teams like that. You want to play guys like that have that type of experience and that type of reputation because it just makes you better as a play caller and it makes you better as a player.
Earlier in the week, you seemed really confident about Derek Barnett. He's been limited this week. Has anything changed there?
No. Still feel confident.
Jordan, is there an injury situation that you're iffy about?
Not really. The guys that have worked all week, I mean, they've worked hard. Even the new guys, new additions to the, that have practiced this week have looked well. We'll come out with another report today and go from there. But I feel comfortable with the guys that have been working. Yeah.
Jordan Howard's name came up in a trade rumor. I'm just curious how you handle that with the player and just how you're feeling about Jordan going into this.
We feel great about Jordan. That's why we brought him here. And we actually went to Jordan when the report came out, went right to him and said, listen, you're here. The report's false. It's not coming from us. So just wanted to reassure him that this is the reason why you're here, to help us win games.
You got through the summer with a minimal amount of soft tissue injuries. What do you most attribute that to?
Yeah, it's a credit, number one, to our medical staff, our doctors, trainers, even the sports science guys, strength conditioning, that whole medical team. It's a credit to them. That's one of the things, myself and guys like, James Hainish, who kind of leads up that, Sean Holes. We looked at that over the last 3 years of data that we've had collected since I've been here. And for me, it was, we just tweaking the schedule a little bit and giving more time, dedicate more time, for these guys to have, more time in the weight room, more time in the training room. And we've been able to reduce those injuries. And it's been a credit to them and the hard work they helped put together to eliminate and reduce.
A lot of guys started doing that. I don't know how many were doing it before, but acupuncture,
That's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
It's guys take it upon themselves to to do everything they can to stay on the field, and that's part of it, and it's been going on for a while now. Okay, thanks. See, you ask one, and then you just wait.